Hello YouTube, my name's Nero, and today we have some more Call of Duty World at War. Yesterday's video, I played some World at War yesterday, so I can get some war footage, because War is going to be the new game mode Momentum in Advanced Warfare, so I wanted to get some footage for that, and I figured it'd work out very well for Dear Nero, and it did. And hopefully you guys will enjoy the gameplay yesterday. But doing so, it kind of was like, man, I miss this game. Man, I miss zombies. I want to go play zombies. And so I started playing zombies. I ended up playing a little bit here on Varuk. And Varuk was actually like the best zombies map that I ever like completed with friends. So I got to round 36 with friends. And I was like, still, I think actually the best I've ever gotten with a group of people in a single zombies match was round 36. And it was on this map. And it was back in 2008, 2009. So that was pretty fun. And so I wanted to play this map. I probably played it solo probably a handful of times. I have no idea what I'm doing on this map playing solo, so the gameplay is what it is. It's not amazing, but it's fun, and this map is freaking creepy. I did not remember all this screaming, and like there's just so much screaming on this map. Like there's like these people like ghosts, you just hear them screaming off in the distance, and it's crazy. And what I like about especially is what they did with this map is they basically took the map Asylum from World at War's multiplayer, and then they made it a zombies map. And of course they changed around a few things to be able to make it work within the zombies system, but aside from that, it's a really cool idea for a map that's really similar to Asylum, and yeah, I like it. So that's not really what I want to talk about today. I want to talk to you guys today about the console wars. So the console war has been going on since the dawn of consoles, the dawn of systems. People are always arguing with each other which one is better. We could be talking about Nintendo versus Sega, we could be talking about Xbox versus PlayStation, we could be talking about VHS versus Betamax, we could be talking about anything. We can talk about anything. We can talk about PC versus Mac if you wanted to have that argument, you know. People are always arguing between two different things, and it doesn't even necessarily have to limit itself to gaming. We could be talking about Coke versus Pepsi, or McDonald's versus Burger King, or anything, right? We can be talking about football versus hockey, or football versus soccer. I guess they're both the same thing, depending on where you're from. We can be talking about tons of different things. People are always arguing as to which one is better, and what people never seem to realize is that these things all come down to personal preference. Alright, the idea of the console war, and I'm specifically talking right now about the consoles of the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4, the PC, and the Wii U. Those are the things I'm basically talking about right now. And I see so many people all the time on my videos, like especially this past week for Chem Strike Saturday. For the first time ever, we had a Wii U Chem Strike, and there's a bunch of people saying, oh, the Wii U is a shit console. Wii U isn't for real gamers, it's for 4-year-olds, you know? And these people arguing with each other, and then of course people start jumping in like, oh, well, the Xbox One's better than that. Nuh-uh, well, the PlayStation's better than the Xbox One. Well, PC's better than all you nerds. And these people arguing all the time about the system that they play video games on. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. It all comes down to personal preference, bottom line. The public service announcement of this is it comes down to personal preference. That's all it comes down to. Why I got into Xbox, maybe some of you guys know the story of how I got into Xbox, but this is how I got into Xbox. I went over to my cousin's house one day, and he had an Xbox 360, and he was playing Call of Duty 3. And I thought it was a really cool thing, because at the time, all I had was my PlayStation 2, which I've had forever, and I would play the Medal of Honor games, and I would play the football games, and I would play random things. I think I used to play The Godfather and stuff like that in that game. I didn't have a ton of games for it, I didn't use it a lot, but I had a PlayStation 2. I go to my cousin's house, and he's playing on an Xbox 360. He's playing Call of Duty 3 online. I'm like, wait, you can play like a war game online? That sounds so cool. And so that Christmas, I'm like, oh, I need a 360 so I can play with my cousin. And then Call of Duty 4 came out at the same time, and that's how I got into Xbox. I got an Xbox, that's what my cousin had. You know, my friend Tyler, he ended up getting an Xbox because that's what we had. And then we all just started playing Xbox, you know? We started playing Xbox just because the first one of our little group got an Xbox. That's all the decision that went into it. I'm not like a console elitist. I don't bash PlayStation for anything, you know? If I were to have gone over to my cousin's house that day and he were playing Call of Duty 3 online on his PlayStation 3, then I'd be a PlayStation guy right now. I'd be a guy owning a PlayStation, because regardless, I was going to try and get the console that my cousin has so that he and I could play video games online together, be it Madden, be it Call of Duty, be it whatever, right? That is the whole reason I got the console. I think a lot of you were in that same boat. Maybe a lot of you had the original Xbox. Maybe you had the PlayStation 2 like I did. Maybe you liked your PlayStation 2 so much that when the PlayStation 3 came out, you bought the PlayStation 3. Maybe the same thing happened if you had the Xbox. Maybe you had that original Xbox, then the Xbox 360 was announced, and you got excited because you were happy with your purchase of the original Xbox, and you were excited to see the new Xbox and how it was going to work. And the same thing goes from the 360 to the Xbox One to the PlayStation 3 to the PlayStation 4. At the end of the day, it does not matter what console you play on. does not define you as a gamer. It does not set you above and beyond anyone else. If you have a PlayStation 4, you're no better than the people that play the Xbox One. If you have an Xbox One, you're no better than the people that play the Wii U. If you have a Wii U, you're no better than people that play on the PC or anything like that, right? And speaking of PC, you PC douches. Oh man, PC Master Race. It's kind of a joke at this point, but there are some legitimate people out there that legitimately think that, because I have a PC, I'm a better gaming you and your console peasant machines. I hate that. I hate that trope so much. I hate it. Here's the thing. PCs are better. They can be better. They have the ability to be better. And that's true with anything in life. The more money you put into a PC, the better it's going to be. Whereas you don't have that feature with a console. With a console, you have a set price, you get what you get. Whereas if you have a PC, if you're willing to sink several $1,000s into it, you can sink several $1,000s into it and just make a monster gaming rig that can run everything in the best possible settings at crazy frame rates and do whatever with it, right? Of course, that's how life works. So why is it the PC Master Race people, they're so excited, like, oh, my PC's so great because I play this game in 1080p at 120 frames per second. You paid like $1,000 more than what we paid for our consoles just for that. Like, why do you think you're better because of that? It doesn't make any sense. It's kind of silly. Of course, it's going to be better because you paid way more for it. That's how life works. That's how things work. The more money you pay for something, generally, it's going to be better than the thing that costs less. That's how life works. That's how things work. And here's a fun fact to you guys out there about PCs. If you take a $500 PC and you take a $500 PlayStation 4, that PlayStation 4 is going to run just about every single game better than that $500 PC. There's a fun fact for you about the PC Master Race people. The people that are like so PC elitist, they're not mentioning the fact that they had to sink several $1,000s into their PC, then another several $100s into their monitors, just to get that effect of having a really cool game. And if that's your thing, fine. If you like having games at like the best possible settings, I'm kind of a PC guy in a way. A lot of RPG style games, a lot of single player style games, I'd rather play them on the PC than on the Xbox, just because I can get better graphics out of it. I don't have the greatest PC. I don't even know PCs that well. I have something like an Intel i7 something processor and a GTX GeForce 660 is my graphics card, right? That's all I really know about my PC. Mostly it's just picked out by other people because I don't want to screw anything up. And because of the low setup I have with my PC, I can play Borderlands 2 at a pretty good frame rate. I can play it in full ultra settings, and it's really nice. You know, going from the Xbox 360 version of Borderlands 2 onto my PC version, that was pretty freaking awesome. But at the same time, I've paid $1,200 for my freaking PC, whereas I paid like $200 for my Xbox 360. There's give and take there. Of course, there's going to be better graphics and better stuff on the PC because you're paying so much freaking more. That's how that works. I hate the entire trope of PC Master Race and PC elitism and console peasants and that entire thing. I hate that. And what I also hate is when people that just have consoles are arguing with each other over which console is better because they're the exact same thing. And then people always try and bring up arguments where it's like, hey, listen to me here. So this game actually runs exactly 55 extra P better graphic-wise than this console. And then they argue about that. And it's so silly. Then there's other people that argue where it's like, oh no, you're not a real gamer if you don't own this console. Or you're not a real gamer if you don't play this game. Or you're not a real gamer. Oh my god, don't. Why are you trying to put people into a box? Why are people putting, like the people out there that say, you're not a real gamer if you have a Wii U. You're not a real gamer because the Wii U is designed for 5-year-olds. Since when is Nintendo, which by the way, Nintendo is the biggest gaming company in the world. People are like, oh, Nintendo's falling apart, it's losing all its money, Nintendo's falling. No, Nintendo is bigger than Activision, it's bigger than Activision Blizzard, it's bigger than EA, it's bigger than all of them. Nintendo is giant and they're doing just fine. And people say, oh, their games are for kids, and who are you to say their game is for kids? You know, what do you define as a kid's game? It's just because you're not running around in Call of Duty shooting people, that's a kid's game? No, that doesn't make any sense to me. If people bought a Wii U, they bought the Wii U because they're a fan of Nintendo, and they're a fan of the games and the IPs that Nintendo owns and the games that they make, right? That's the reason people buy a Wii U. They don't buy a Wii U just for willy-nilly, I'm just going to buy it for no real reason, I don't even know what kind of games I'm going to get for it. They buy a Wii U with a specific purpose in mind, that they like Nintendo products, and Nintendo products are of course, only available on the Wii U. And people buy PlayStation, maybe because they like the exclusives, but there's not as many exclusives like for a PlayStation or an Xbox as compared to what you get on a Wii U. Like the Wii U, there's tons of exclusives, whereas on the Xbox and the PlayStation, most games are cross-platform with a few exceptions. So when you buy like an Xbox Xbox One or a PlayStation 4, it's mainly just because of what you're comfortable with. Maybe there's some of you out there that are like, oh, well, I looked up the information. Apparently, this game runs in whatever P better on this platform, so I'm going to use that platform over the other one. I'm going to buy that platform instead of platform B. Whatever. If that's your thing, that's cool. But the worst thing about it is that when people just try and act like there's this elitism because they own a system. You are nothing. You what you are marketing. You are free marketing to people. This entire console war, the fuels to this fire is not exactly added just by Nintendo and by PlayStation and by Microsoft. It's not like that at all. It's added by you guys arguing with each other for no reason over pointless things that make no sense, where at the end of the day, we all just like to play video games. Why can't we all just play video games? If someone plays a certain video game on a different platform than you, why does that make them less of a gamer than you? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense at all. At the end of the day, we all just like to play video games. Why can't we just treat each other respectfully and just say, you know what, I like video games? There's this really cool picture I seen one time, and hopefully I'll be able to find it, where it's like discussing video games, and it's like a people in a nice circle all discussing a video game, and it's like discussing consoles, and it's like a giant war, and it makes no sense because people can calmly, they'll discuss a video game. Like if a new game comes out and people are really liking it, like Destiny is like the big ticket game right now. A lot of people are playing Destiny. A lot of people are talking about Destiny, and it doesn't matter when you're talking about Destiny what platform you're playing on. But as soon as someone actually mentions the platform they're playing on, people are like, oh, you should have gone for this platform because it's better, and my decision is better. The whole thing about it is kind of the sunk cost fallacy. You know, you put money into something, therefore you're sitting here thinking, well, you know what, I have to abide by this thing to be able to justify my purchase. Someone buys an Xbox One, to the end of time, they feel like they have to justify the money that they spent on the Xbox One by saying, PlayStation is stupid, the decision I made was right. And the same thing goes for PlayStation people. Sometimes the same thing goes for Wii people. Whatever, it does not matter. You don't need to defend yourself to anybody. You made your decision, you bought a system, play some video games, have fun. Why can't people just have fun? Why can't people just play video games and not care what platform stuff comes out on? I don't get it. I don't get it. It does not make any sense. Well, that is my rant for this video. Bottom line, for all of you guys out there, too long didn't read, it doesn't matter what system you play video games on. You're no better or no worse than anyone else out there that plays video games on any system ever. It does not matter. It does not matter. At the end of the day, it's about enjoying your leisure time. That's what gaming is, right? Enjoying yourself, having fun, getting to experience stuff, playing with people, just having a good time. That's what it's about. And the platform that you play it on doesn't make you any better or any worse than anyone else out there. So that's my rant. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. And if you did, please be sure to leave a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.